Hey, welcome back to Chatting with Chuck. I'm Charlie Kirk, and today I'm here with Serena Crowley. And Serena, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
My name is Serena Crowley. I'm a junior at Bellarmine, and I'm in the nursing program. And I also work at U of L Hospital downtown.
Nice, that's cool. How long have you worked at U of L Hospital?
I started this summer as a summer job, and now I do like a PRN shift, so I have to work at least 4 times a month.
Okay, that's really cool. What do you do while you're at the hospital?
I basically am like a patient care assistant is the name, and I just like take vital signs on the patients. I bring them anything they need. If they need like a shower, a bed bath, I'll help them with that. I change their beds, I clean their rooms. I'm basically just like whatever they need. I can do it while the nurses are busy. And sometimes the nurses ask me to do things, so that's really cool.
That is really cool. That's really cool. So you're a nursing major. You've been a nursing major all 3 years so far. So what was the kind of process for why you wanted to come to Bellarmine and why you wanted to be a nursing major?
I came to this campus like with my parents. I think there was like a festival here or something, and I just loved the campus, and that's actually just basically the only reason. And then I found out it was really good for nursing, and it was close to home, and I didn't want to go far. And I went to a really small high school. There was literally 36 people in my graduating class. So I did not want a big university type, like a big state university. I wanted a smaller place where I could feel more at home. And the nursing program being good was a big reason also.
Very cool. So you said you had 36 people at your high school, or was that in your class?
Class.
Okay,
like
so
grade, like whole grade.
Okay, so how big were your class sizes then in high school?
About like 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so do you feel like that transferred well to Bellarmine?
Very much.
Or like part of your reason for coming to Bellarmine?
Yeah, I wanted a good relationship with the teachers. Like, I can email the teacher and they'll email me in an hour and like
Awesome.
answer my questions. Or if I want to meet with them, most of them will. But yeah, the classes are pretty good. Like, I had like freshman and sophomore year, it was like 20 people in a classroom, and this is like the biggest class I've had, and there's like 30 in there, so like that's really good.
Very cool. Okay, so you've been working in the nursing school at Bellarmine for 3 years now. What are some of the biggest challenges you've faced within that program?
It is honestly way harder than I thought it would be. Everyone said nursing school would be hard, and I was like, I'm smart, but no, it is so hard. Classes, there's a lot of credit hours. I was like 15 to 17. I think I'm taking in between there now. But we also have clinical days, so once a week we go to the hospital from 6:30 to 4, and that's like an all-day thing where we're just like learning from the nurses. So it's a very time-consuming major, and you need like, our professors have like 6 to 8 hours of studying a week times 4 classes, so times juggling social life and mental health and all of that. It gets really a lot. So yeah, I would definitely say like the biggest challenges are time management, 100%. Like, I literally wake up, I plan my day, I'm like, okay, from this time to this time I'm going to study, from this time I'm going to go to the gym, because that's a big thing for my mental health, is like working out. Yeah, and then making time for friends and trying to balance all that is the biggest. And the grades, because we have to have a 77 average to pass, and if you don't have a 77 in the class, you have to retake it. And I had to retake 1 freshman year, and if you have to retake 3 classes, you're out of the program, out of the school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had to retake 1 freshman year, so if I fail 2 more classes, I have to leave Bellarmine.
That's nuts. I don't know. I think you got it. You're smart.
That stress level is like...
That's insane. That's nuts.
So literally, and if I get below 3.0, I lose my GPA. I lose my scholarship. So there's tons of things.
The 3.0? Because I know that's nuts for nursing. Because I know for most of the students it's 2.0, but so it's really high standard.
If you go below a 3.0 in a semester, an average. So
you're
I
like
got a
standard
2.9
GPA.
last semester, but I was okay. But yeah, average, you lose your scholarship. And then that would take into account, do I switch schools because it's so much more expensive? Like,
yeah.
It is actually so terrible.
That's crazy. But, well, surely there's got to be some kind of, like, really good pros that you're coming through this. Because there's got to be some, like...
Yeah.
What are some of the better parts that you've experienced?
So, I have a friend at University of Kentucky, and she... we started clinical experience sophomore year, when we would go to the hospitals. She is a junior, and she has not gone to the hospitals with clinical experience yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have a 2-year advantage on them. We get to work with mannequins, and our sim labs are really cool because the mannequins like have a heartbeat, have a blood pressure. They even have a microphone in their mouth, and the instructor talks through them. So like it's like you're talking to a real person, and you can take on the role of the nurse. Like in clinicals, you're definitely not anywhere near the nurse, but in sim lab, you're the one in charge. You're the one giving meds. You're the one calling the doctor. You're the one doing everything, and I love that part because of the small classes, I get to do like 2 sim labs a semester where I get to like be in that position and really get a taste of what it's going to feel like. And I like the clinical experience starting so early because now I'm so comfortable in the hospital. Now I know what a lot of stuff is, whereas my friend at Kentucky and even Louisville haven't had that experience yet. So that's a major advantage that I think. And also the tests are hard, the grade requirement is hard, the withdrawing and having to like start over is hard, but it's preparing you more for the NCLEX. Like, I'm not sure, but I think Bellarmine has a really high, it's like in the 90s NCLEX passing rate first try. So it's hard now, but it's going to pay off then.
And the NCLEX is your like nursing actual exam.
So
like there's the MCAT for doctors and
yeah,
NCLEX
so I can
nurses.
graduate with my degree, but I can't nurse. I can't be a nurse until I pass the NCLEX. So it's hard now, but the requirements are preparing me.
Yeah.
So I have to think about it that way, like this is for the better.
Working really hard now, but it'll put you ahead in
Exactly.
the future.
Like I'm going through a lot now, but it'll help in the future.
That's awesome. And then, so I guess you've been doing this is your second year of clinicals?
Yes.
Working into your second year because you had sophomore year and now junior year.
Yes.
Okay, so have there been any like really kind of funny, crazy things that happened with there or any?
Do you want me to talk about like Bellarmine clinical experience or my job?
Do one from each. I don't know.
Okay, so the craziest thing from Bellarmine, like
or just something crazy that's happened to you throughout nursing school.
Okay, so something recent, which I thought was really cool, is actually there's 2 things. So we went to clinical and I was in the ICU, and the patient had a feeding tube down the nose, but they were not having bowel movements, so obviously something was wrong. So they took the patient down to they basically like took him like down to a place where the doctor like repositioned the feeding tube, and I got to watch that on X-ray. Like I got to see the tube
really
go
cool.
down and then put dye into the stomach, and that was super duper cool. And I got to be in the room, and then something else that's very interesting is no, that's not interesting.
Okay. No, you're good. You're good.
Like, there's so many things to talk about.
It's just like there's too many things, can't narrow it down.
Yeah, but then I don't know if that's even worth saying.
Well, that's exciting still. But, I don't know, I'm excited for you. So, you touched a little bit on, like, social life.
Yeah.
You're working, sounds like, so many hours a week as a nursing student. What's been some, like, key things to help you maintain that social life through college? Because that's a big part of college.
So, as my job, I'm PRN, which is 4 times a month. So, I try to space out the 12-hour shifts. I try to space them out in a way that I can still, like, have a social life. A challenge with that was I actually had work at 7 in the morning the day after my friend's 21st, so I couldn't go out, and I was really sad. But I had to prioritize. Like, I don't want to be so tired tomorrow. But in the future, I've scheduled, like, in my future shifts, I've done, I'm doing Saturday, Sunday, and then Tuesday, all in 1 week, so I can just, like, get most of them out of the way, and I don't have any tests that week. So it's, like, I'm trying to, like, figure out how to schedule better. But you said just, like, stay up, like your social life.
Yeah, social life.
Your social life.
Yeah.
In between classes, I have, like, an hour break. And so instead of, like, getting on my phone, eating, taking a nap, I do homework. I study. So then I have time that night to go hang out with friends. So I try to
just really power through in the day.
Yeah, I try to cram my day full as much as I possibly can, so at night I can do whatever. And that's the time that most people are free anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, of course, your day gets flipped around and you get really busy and you have to do the whole day. But for the most part, I try to cram it in the day so I have nights free.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So I guess to kind of finish off, is there any like tips or tricks that you've learned that you think younger students would like to know about?
Like younger students in general?
Younger students in general, younger nursing majors, just something?
I would say it's a big transition from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go into it thinking this is going to be easy. Go into it with, I need to work hard and I will work hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different mindset. You have to learn how to time manage. You have to be organized. You need to prioritize. Like if your friends are like, hey, let's go out. You're like, I have a test tomorrow. Like, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because grades are the bigger thing here. Like, it needs to be your priority.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely, it is possible to have fun in college. You just have to time manage, do everything you can when you have free time, and don't always fill free time with just like doing nothing. Like, be productive. It's possible to work in school. Yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds really cool. I don't know. It sounds like you're really enjoying being a nursing major and something that you've been looking forward to for the rest of your life. So,
yeah.
Cool, I guess. So thank you so much for coming on, Serena, and we'll see you next time on Chatting with Chuck. I'm Charlie, and we'll see you next time.